All right, guys, a quick video. I'm going to do a channel update and then some news about my new book. So, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the recent run up in the price of Bitcoin, but not all of you may have seen the other related news, which is that the big institutions are starting to get into Bitcoin. So you have the news about Mass Mutual buying several $100 million worth of Bitcoin. Mass Mutual is a very old conservative insurance company, so it's quite the news that they would purchase Bitcoin. They're over 100 years old as a company. J.P. Morgan has recently given a estimate that Bitcoin could be $650,000 within the next couple of years. So I think that the cryptocurrency space is it's not a bubble. It's here to stay. Basically, the institutions, the big companies, they're starting to come in, and this is the moment that many crypto people have been waiting for. So that means that some of you guys are interested in doing things like smart contracts, dApps, things of that nature. So I'm going to start including a lot more of that type of content, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. So the other piece of news is that my book on full stack web development has released. It's called Full Stack React, TypeScript and Node. As you may know, I am actually a dual iOS and web developer. So the book is a little bit different from a lot of the web development books out there, because it basically covers everything that you need to know to have an end-to-end working application. So what I mean by that is not just React, TypeScript, and Node, but it teaches the TypeScript and JavaScript language. It also gives you an introduction to what single-page applications are, which of course is React, Angular, Vue, stuff like that. It also goes into GraphQL, both client and server side, and then it goes into the details of React with React hooks, Redux, and React Router. It will also have a section on installing and setting up Redis and Postgres, because unfortunately, a lot of developers may think that all they need to know is the programming side of things. But if you're working on your own or on a small team, you really do need to know about some of the basics of the related services around development. So that would be Redis for things like caching and in-memory databases. The book teaches it for session state management. And then, of course, you have Postgres for data store. It also goes into NPM and how to configure that for those who are new to Node. It also talks about setting up and configuring env files, which is where all of your passwords, usernames, paths to services, stuff like that should be put into, as opposed to hard coding it into the code. It even goes into side dependencies like TypeORM, which is what allows you to write code to access Postgres. It goes into DateFNS, which is something that allows you to more easily manage dates and times in JavaScript, which is very, very hard to do directly on the date object in JavaScript. And it also goes into Slate.js, which will allow you to create a rich text editor, which a lot of forms will need. And then it goes into Express, which is the most popular wrapper around Node, which makes Node much easier to work with. And it even covers styling and layout with CSS Grid and Flexbox. And of course, it includes testing, which is something that every developer will need to do, especially if you're a professional developer. And it covers testing both on the back end and the front end with Jest and React testing library. On top of going through each of these items that are necessary to learn and know about, it will show you how to build a complete back-end, front-end, end-to-end application using all of these technologies and some other ones that would take too much time to mention in this video. And then it will even cover deployment onto AWS, the most popular cloud service in the world, using Ubuntu Linux VM and an Nginx server. So if you are interested in learning JavaScript, definitely go to the Amazon site and check out the description to see if the book is for you. And if you do decide to make a purchase, use this code right here to get 20% off of the book. And once you're done, I would definitely appreciate a book review on Amazon. And that's it. So check out the book. Tell me what you think. If you have any questions on the book, I'm more than happy to answer. You can leave a comment in this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.